So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Vick. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he can't get rid of it. He's
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here are the Saints under longtime head coach Sean Payton. They're led out by their quarterback out of Arizona State. It's Brock Osweiler.
I love his height, his ability to see over the offensive and defensive lines and into the secondary and make good decisions and good sharp throws. But also love his moxie. This is a guy who's had to battle for his spot, had to show some patience early in his career, and now he's a bona fide starter in the NFL.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Osweiler. To Terrell Pryor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. From the 45 on 2nd down, Osweiler. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. That means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Osweiler. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. And Dawson's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Panthers trot back onto the field here, and they do so at 0-1 after that loss to the Rams. Now, look, the Panthers were at home. You knew it would be tough, though. They're playing the Rams, defending conference champions. Now you look ahead to week 2, Charles, and they're going to play Tampa Bay. So that's an early division matchup that could have a lot of importance later in the season.
No doubt about it, because it was just a couple of seasons ago that 3 teams qualified for the playoffs out of the NFC South, the Panthers being one of them. They have to have this game in a big way early after dropping a winnable game against the Rams in week 1.
And it's a short week. Remember that. That game on Thursday this week. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Hi. Let us go vote. Clap, 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 clap.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Ellington now to return it. Spinning away, shreds the tackle. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Mario Davis there on the stop. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
You need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That one good for 26 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That is caught at the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Here we go.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Osweiler will throw again. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.J. Derby there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And you're under a minute. Particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smartest hole, see if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That throw by Vick, incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
It's 3rd and 7.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Vick. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Dawson's kick is up and through. So and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking for Pryor long. He's got a man, complete. That's one heck of a third down conversion, a pickup of 39.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on third and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a run with a fullback, Tommy Bohannon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Osweiler. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deion Sims, 32 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead is now 17-3. 5 plays there on that drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half. Against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. and try to get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Vick now from the 50. And Cook has it, left side. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Vick on the bootleg. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Vick steps away. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. An 18-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Brock Osweiler now heading out there to get set to go here on offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. On the return, it's King. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Michael Vick. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Vick. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. One score down. Here we go. They're going to... Running for it. Here's Cook. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they run with Hill. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Desmond King making the tackle. Throwing now is Osweiler. The quick slant caught. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now here's Hill, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So now the Panthers down by 13, and time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Vick operating on 1st down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. To try again after the sack. Vick under pressure again, and down he goes again. 3rd and long for Vick. Throw complete right side to Cooks. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Vick now. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way.
Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach in Orlando.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Mayfield on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's the Jets punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Here's Ellington. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for the fullback. This is Tommy Bohannon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. First down, and it's Hill again. It takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Now it's Osweiler. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. As the Jets take the field here again, let's discuss Le'Veon Bell, because week 1, that was his first game since January 14th of 2017. That's over 600 days ago. 92 yards of total offense. Did have a just kind of an okay debut for him.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be eased back into action. He wanted to go ahead and take, hey, if you want me to touch it 50 times, not a problem. They may approach that number before the season is over, but in the first game, as you mentioned, 92 yards of total offense, a touchdown catch. And one of the things he did during that time he was inactive, he studied wide receivers in order to become a better, more productive receiver out of the backfield, even though he was pretty darn good at it when he left Pittsburgh. But the guy we really need to talk about is Jamison Crowder. 14 catches. The problem, though, just 99 yards generated with those 14 catches. The 14 catches, you should be well into the 100s.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd and short. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield, a quick hitter, complete. It's Holt, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4th.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 18 Gators. 2.
They'll run with a fullback, O'Hara. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando, and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Osweiler throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Osweiler. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. A New set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield, throw left side, completion to Rice. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
When the offense reads blitz, Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. Given 9 there on the first down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. First half in the book. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This one taken just inside the 10.
We got this.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Osweiler. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Osweiler. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. 30 base.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So the way home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one in the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield. Very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Jeremy Hill touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Ready? 60 on.
Here's Hill one more time. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Ready? 18 Gator. Get it.
On first down, Hill. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here's Osweiler. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Saints able to stretch that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's when you almost never see it. Things up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he's hand on it, then I can understand it. But it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield to throw it. Caught here by Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Mayfield now, give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Jackson tacks on the point after. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Now.
They'll run on first down. Hill. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Osweiler. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Osweiler now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Hill down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now Dawson for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing in this one now. 26 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Michael Johnson in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why you treat my friend good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
I just ran a checkup on myself.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoff.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry for their fullback. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You got three down.
A first carry now. This is Hill. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. From the gun on 3rd down, Osweiler.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A full 40 yards that time on 3rd down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Osweiler. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sims. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Osweiler. Throw left side complete. It's Sims. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 13 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
I love everything about Andrew Luck's game, but I also love his worldliness. Some of his formative years were spent growing up outside of the United States, and I think that that's helped him when he came back because now he's seen the world, and I think that helped him mature a little bit as well.
On first down, Luck into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Osweiler trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. On first down, Osweiler. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson.
A 29-yard attempt.
And Dawson's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On 2nd and 12, Luck looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now it's Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. He's touchdown, New Orleans. Deion Sims with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes our score 17-0. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are our visitors to take over on offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Here's Locke. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Back to throw. Locke to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. To throw on 2nd and 10. Luck caught left side. It's Beckham. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Here's Brock Osweiler and the Texan offense getting set to go. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball.
And that's caught inside the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Osweiler to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Osweiler. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready. 50, plant. Watch out, watch to go.
Again, Osweiler. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to LaFell there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Deion Sims as the first half is winding down. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point try now for Dawson. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Love. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball. He's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great...
Taking it right down Broadway. And touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. 5 plays there on that drive. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Brock Osweiler now heading out there to get set to go here on offense. He's got to like what he's seen from himself so far, right, Charles? He's just looking, had a great first half, good here in the 3rd quarter, just looking to keep that going.
So what you're saying is he can't wait to watch the game film on this
he's
one,
gonna
right?
like that session.
Oh, he's going to love what he sees, but he wants to finish up strong, continue to be as sharp as what we've seen in this game, and find a way to close it out with even bigger numbers. No interceptions is probably his favorite stat.
Yeah, and the 3 touchdowns, too. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Osweiler. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 16 yards, a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th.
On the ready.
On 1st down, Hill. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. To throw on 2nd and 6. Osweiler toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Osweiler to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. His pass caught with the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing his line. To the right side, it's Kelsey. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a...
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Earl Mitchell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Osweiler. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deion Sims, 39 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Dawson for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On first down, it's Locke. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They were trying to get it into Kelsey that time. And now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Luck throwing again. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession.
Time to bring the bass dirt.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the lines in. She wanna pull up to the crib. Hands together and I'm saying amen, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team playoffs. It's the
kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Hill. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 39.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
They run the draw here. This is the fullback, Bohannon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. From the gun on third down, Osweiler. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deion Sims there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session.
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
So that drives 7 plays in length, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Ravens now under 12th-year coach John Harbaugh. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Allen has it, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes, he's got a man wide open. It's Herman Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The 4-time Pro Bowler Herman Moore, his first grab of the game.
Led the league in receptions twice. And just think about, he was the game plan. When you had to line up against Detroit, circle him, find a way to stop him, and rarely did teams get that done.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, D,
From midfield, here's Mahomes. This one complete to the running back, Lindsay. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Now it's Osweiler. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now Brown. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Charles, let's talk more about Baltimore in Week 1 and what they did, putting up 59 points. They made it a point, speaking of points, to get some weapons around Lamar Jackson. Well, Mark Ingram was really good out of the backfield. And how about the rookie, Hollywood Brown? He was sensational.
And remember the concerns about him coming out of the draft, where he'd had foot surgery, full off season of work. Well, he didn't really need it, did he? 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, 130 yards in the first quarter of his first game in the NFL. And Baltimore ends up setting franchise records for most points in the first half with 42 and most points in the game with 59. We're used to the grinded-out Baltimore Ravens. They may be the explosive Baltimore Ravens.
Speaking of Hollywood Brown, when he got to camp, Mike linebacker Patrick Owasso said, "I can't call you Hollywood yet. You haven't earned it. You're just Holly." Well, maybe now he's Hollywood. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing, Osweiler to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon LaFalle, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Osweiler looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. Dawson's kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll find Lindsey here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Another run by Lindsey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, Maybe some concern?
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. On 3rd and very short, I guess I'm a little surprised they tried to pop that to the outside.
They must have felt like there was just no space to run the ball inside and decided to go wide and hope that you can just find a crack, find a crease, put your foot in the ground, and get upfield. Unable to get it done.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And Lutz's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Osweiler. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sims. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a run with a fullback, Tommy Bohannon. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 1:50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Yellow. Stay with you, man.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th, to throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Brown. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes. Look at your timeouts. Make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. On second down, it's Hill. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Osweiler toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Pryor has it complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And Dawson's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Osweiler. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I think